right way.
We all moved.
I am so excited you're back, Sarah. Thank you so much.
Oops, this way.
Yeah, thank you, Mags, for holding down the fort, and Greg too. I know you guys had Greg, and then we also have Jonna here today for the Secret Santa stuff. So let's see who's already here in the chat. We've had some back and forth. So Hillary's here. My mom. I know my mom missed seeing me as well. I'm here. You have Chris.
I missed seeing your mom every show. I would complain to Greg that Joanna abandoned us because you weren't here. And I'm like, what's so big about what's the big deal about seeing Sarah?
We're just chopped liver.
You just chop liver, Mags.
Yeah.
Just chop liver.
Yo, Chris.
Nobody else has said anything in the chat, really. If you're here, say something. Only 3 people have really chatted. My mom, Hillary, and Chris, and that's it. So I know technically there hasn't been a live cast for 2 weeks. So we didn't have one on Christmas Day or New Year's Day. So because I was willing to do the first one on the 25th because I was already ready. I was ready.
You were?
I was.
Wow.
But Mags was like, no, next 2 weeks off, holidays. Well, hello, Sue Carta. Thank you for watching.
And Donna's here, Sarah, because Donna when I said the week before Christmas that we should do a Secret Santa to have something fun for WikiTreeers at the end of the year because of all the great work we've done on the challenges, I mentioned it to Mindy, and within about a half a second, Donna Bauman is knocking on my door and saying, hey, over here. Yeah. Hey, Mindy says you need some help. And no, I didn't need help. Donna took it and ran with it. All I've done is sit back and smiled and watched everybody else do their stuff. It's been incredible, the response. So, Donna, tell us about.
Take it away.
Okay. Well, yes, it was definitely unexpected, but the response was overwhelming. We ended up putting 64 research wishes on the space page, 6 book wishes, and 8 DNA/subscription wishes. And we even had to start hiding wishes because we could have added wishes until forever because everybody had brick walls and wishes they wanted on. I think we could have added 20 or 30 more within the next week if we had kept going. So, wow. From what I could tell, we sent out 3 DNA kits in response to wishes. So those were granted. We sent 1 research service subscription was sent out to a wisher. We had 3 book wishes that were fulfilled and 9 research wishes that were actually listed as granted. But many of those wishes, I think for the elves, they didn't feel they were able to grant the wish, but on the wisher's end, I bet they feel it's granted to get anything because many of the wishes were just to get something new, some tidbit that might help them go in the right direction. And from what I could tell, I believe there was over 40 elves working. The Discord was very active for many of the days. And a lot of the wishes you couldn't tell who was on there at all, but there's at least 40 elves working over the 2 or 3 weeks.
I loved it. I would drop in and just watch the chatter. I can't tell you how incredibly exciting this whole thing has been for me. For me personally, I got the most out of it than anybody.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure what it would be at first either, as what the response would be, but I think the elves had as much, if not more fun working on them than the wishers did. And even the wishes that didn't get elf responses, I think most of them were looked at. Just some of them are huge brick walls that a lot of us didn't have access to help them any more than they were at. So
cool. So did Debbie Parker Wayne's book get gifted?
Might have to look at that.
While you're looking at that, I know that Roberta Estes's book got gifted because she did that this morning. So whoever requested that, Roberta wants to know what you want her to write in your book.
Ooh.
Get signed. Woohoo.
I can
Personalized.
I will try to contact the wisher and try to get back to Roberta on that.
Yep. Thank you.
So that's what I've done in a couple of the cases to get an address and such as well. So
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, no, I think we had Nathan Goodwin Books gifted.
Good. Yep.
But I don't think the other one was gifted.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think I saw who got one of the. I think
Kathy Nava.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I saw her post it on Facebook. She's like, "Oh, thank you for the book."
and the elf that was that elf was Shelley Murphy, who was one of our, and Roberta too, and Nathan too were challenge
Challengers.
guests over the last year. So that's kind of like payback for having a fun time with us too. That's great.
Maria just said that she was a niece. I don't know if that means elf in Swedish or something.
Oh.
Yes, there was a couple of the people that were different languages that gave us new elf terms.
Ooh.
So we had a vocabulary lesson as well.
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then we should
I don't know
have
if I said
them on so that Chris, Chris Ferriello, so that Greg Clark and Sarah could try and do pronunciations of those words.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. I don't know if I said niece right.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
But yes, thank you hugely to all the elves and even the wishers. The wishers didn't even know, most of them did not know they were entering a wish into a challenge when they put the wishes on your question of the week.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Many of them were very
cool.
surprised to see that it was actually going to get addressed and,
Yeah.
any help on them. So
I see Janine Lee Eiselman Goodson's here, and she's saying thank you for the DNA kits. They were a great gift.
Yep.
So nice of everybody to just kind of reiterates our community, how great everybody is.
It's a community. It is.
Yeah.
So Donna, is there any information about the upcoming challenge?
Well, right now we are working on Jimmy Wales, and the founder of Wikipedia, and this has been it's been interesting because we have tons of new people in it because the whole kind of the format has changed for the points, and the availability to reach out farther on these trees and actually connect it in many ways to the tree is encouraged versus just putting the nuclear ancestors and nuclear relatives. So there are so many new people on there I'm meeting this week. It's really fun.
And I understand that it's less about breaking down. The goal isn't about breaking down brick walls this year. It's about plowing through them, like you said, and expanding and doing. It's more like a mini connect-a-thon.
It has turned into like a mini connect-a-thon. You're basing around Jimmy's tree, but you can reach out generate 5 connections and still be recognized as a contributor. And trying to connect to the tree from many different branches to really increase our connectivity to each other.
And that is going to be coming to end for him on Wednesday night, correct?
Correct. Yep. On Wednesday night.
So
we had Zoom meetings ahead of time this time. I know they're still working on there's not going to be a live cast like we're used to. They're going to do a compilation and post it, I believe. So this is all new as well. So we had some Zoom meetings, which were really fun. Us researchers got to get on and ask questions of Mindy and of each other and try to really analyze how this is working so we could get.
Sounds polished.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds polished. Spiffy.
Yes.
All right. Well, cool. Well, Donna, I really appreciate my Southern coming out. I really appreciate you coming in and talking to us about how incredible the Secret Santa has been. And I can't tell you how excited Greg and I are that you took up our challenge and you carried it and you made it be so great. So my big thanks and a big hug and a merry happy new year to you for that. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. It was really fun. A new venture. So I enjoyed working with everybody on it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll get another good question of the week about this time next year too.
Good idea. Good idea.
So you don't have to stick around if you don't want to. If you do, that's fine too. But we're gonna give this back to our wiki leader and chief of our live cast this morning, to Sarah.
Okay, I think I will dive out because I do have to take someone to an appointment, but I will watch for a little while once I hop off.
You're my new hero, Donna.
See you, Donna.
Thanks to all of you online.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Bye. Sarah, you're not on top.
She's right there.
I need to hold on, switch it around.
Now.
Oh.
Oh,
no.
you should do that. You should just try and figure out where to point.
It on purpose.
It's like musical squares.
Exactly.
I've got the easiest job here.
Yes, you do.
You do. So just thank you again, Donna, and everybody who participated in our Secret Santa. So I guess now we can dive into Mags's favorite feature of the week, the question.
Yeah,
of the week.
Grab that, and I'll share my screen. Now, I am not on my regular computer, so be patient with me. See if I get to do this correctly. We're going to go mirror all of a sudden, but that's okay. Do you see that? No. Do you see that? All right. Question of the week. And
now we see it.
I'm going to zoom in a bit. There we go. Woo! How about that? What ancestral location would you like to visit most? Interesting question. Make sure you go through and upvote these as you look at them. 26 answers, so not a lot of answers, but a lot of good answers. So some people went the whole route of saying, yes, I want to visit here and here. Like Roger Stong says that he wouldn't limit it to just one location. He wants to go to Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. He wants to go to Van Buren County, Iowa, and to Oberzycko, Poland. So that's fun. And if you hear a location that you have some research information or some research knowledge about, you might want to reach out to these people. I have ancestors from Ireland, Fort Parker, and Texas, and my husband has fascinating ancestors from Johnson City, Tennessee. That's from Karen Tipton. Michael Foy, you make it so easy. He just wants to County Mayo, Ireland. That's it. Just one. And Dorothy O'Hare, are you Canadian? She says, which location? A? It's a toss-up between Kilkenny, Ireland, to hunt more info on the great-grandmother's family in St. John, New Brunswick, Canada, to hunt for more info on the Purdy family. So good luck for that.
So
Dorothy. Purdy. Well, and the Purdys are a big deal because they do great chocolate here. I would love to visit the towns my ancestors are from Ireland and Scotland, from Linda Smith. On my paternal side, I'd like to go to Vienna and Poland.
Nice,
and
Kathy.
on my maternal side, it would be Scotland and Pennsylvania. For my biological family, this is from Kathy Nava, it would be, okay, Chris Ferriello, you're going to get me for this. Shigly?
Bishegli.
Oh, listen.
Michelier.
Okay.
That was close.
Said. And then Idaho and Utah. There you go. Let's go to the very first one. So it would be a day out to go to the town where the ancestors of my grandfather were from. Eckstadt. Let's see. There we go. So in Serbia. That's pretty cool. And that's from Helena Eckstadt. This is a hard one. If I had a magic time machine, we all wish we had one of those, that would simply allow me to observe a place, I would definitely want to see the Marylebone and Paddington slums, where the vast majority of my mother's family comes from. In particular, I'd love to see the old docks at Paddington Basin and the wharf roads along the waterline where people lived their entire lives. And that is in Birmingham. Is that right? Nowadays, the Paddington Basin, that's Birmingham, England. So that's David Smith. And Joyce Vander Bogart's commenting on the whole time machine. Dieter Lawrence, if I'm honest, I don't have a single location that I would like to visit. I would love to make a round trip to all the places where my ancestors lived. So Schleswig-Holstein, Hamburg, Mecklenburg, Western Pomerania, Brandenburg, Berlin, Saxony, Saxony-Anhalt, Thuringia, Lower Saxony, and the North Rhine. And I have to go up here and look. Okay. I thought I saw Dieter's name on one of the questions of something recently. Chris Ferriello. He's honestly, it's a tie between both of my father's ancestral towns in Italy. Do I want to go to Gesualdo? Guess where Waldo is? What?
Yeah.
Where's Waldo? In Gesualdo.
Yeah, where there's a huge castle that once was owned by a crazy musician. And he says, seriously, look up Carlo Gesualdo. Or do I want to go to the Calabrian town of San Pietro? What are you saying, Greg?
It's Calabria. Calabria is the province. Calabrian
and I wanted to say the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Chris
it's not quite that warm.
Caribbean. I'd like to go there. Vienna from George Fulton. In other places, the Czech Republic, the House of Liechtenstein in Vienna, numerous places in the Austrian Empire. At least one of which is a World Heritage Site. That's cool. That's from George Fulton. He'd like to see another ancestor was a Civil War soldier, and I have had the opportunity to visit some of the battlefields where he fought. That is an incredibly moving experience. Yeah. I went to Kings Mountain as a kid, and it was interesting and moving to be there. And I didn't even know at the time that I have a revolutionary ancestor who fought there. So now I want to go back and add another rock to that guy's grave. Let's see, my 6th and 7th great grandparents on 2 paternal branches, Shropshire and the Welsh border. If you're going, make sure you go by and see Hillary. She's northwest Wales. Ludlow Castle. That's fun. June Budka. My dream has always been to visit Australia. Now, this is interesting. It's not because she wants to do family research, but my best friend from high school now lives there. Isn't that sweet? She wants to go and see her best friend from high school. That is so cool, June.
Very nice.
That's so sweet. Somebody wants to go and look at this stone. Near
Is that in Ireland?
No, it's in Scotland. I can't read it. Let's go down here. Glen Fruin, near Loch Lomond, Scotland. The site of the 1603 battle, and that's from Chris McCausland. And somebody actually answered with a bunch of information for Chris, which is fine. That's good. Great Chalfield, Wiltshire, and that's from Janet Gunn. I think I would like to go to Wiltshire and Wales, because I want to find out more about my Galdings, and there's lots of place names around there that are our name, and I think that we have connections there.
Is it Wiltshire or Wilt? I don't know. I would always say, I would probably say Shire.
It's Wiltshire.
Oh.
It's Wiltshire.
Then the Shire.
We're not talking Hobbit land. So she wants to go to a manor in Wiltshire where her 16th great grandparents lived in the late 14th and early 15th century. Would you want to go and actually walk around and be a part of it, or would you want to be like the other post and be a fly on the wall and just... I would want to be a fly on the wall, because I wouldn't want to have the vermin, the lice. I wouldn't want to be susceptible, especially in the 14th century, to the plague, all that stuff that was going on. And I don't know, if I was to go back in time, would I be immune to that now that I have all my vaccinations? I don't know.
Hillary says her ancestors are from Wiltshire.
Ah, very good. Well, Hillary, find me. I know that there's some names of things in Cardiff that are Galden. I know that there's a manor that the original name started with a G and has a whole bunch of consonants in it in Somerset that's now called Galden Manor. And Galden is supposed to be how to pronounce the original Welsh name. And if that's the original Welsh name, that would be fun to find out. But our family doesn't have any connection to that family. That was actually a manor that belonged to the de Urberville family, like Tess of the de Urberville. So that's an interesting thing. Tommy Buck says, Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Tommy, do you have Mennonite or I don't know. That's interesting. That's when I think of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, I think of lots of horse-drawn carts. Steve Greenwood wants to go to Landkreis Ulzen Niedersachsen in Germany. Meet up with his 10th cousin Oliver while he's there, and they could do research together. Sam Desjardins. Oh my gosh, look. Now, I posted this morning to him. He said he wanted to do the grand tour to many destinations with so much history, French Canadian, Europe, Middle East, Asia. And I posted, I married into the Desjardins family. And he said, yeah, we're 23rd cousins, three times removed. How about that? Let's see. During the pandemic, I discovered a little bit more about my Danish ancestors. So Maria Lundholm wants to go to Sweden, Denmark. Nice. Trip to the Sealand and also the island of Flynn. Gail Connolly. The places where my ancestors I know about lived literally don't exist, having been destroyed in wars or violent persecutions. Destruction of records that impedes her ability to go back. But however, based on the theory that we're all related and have ancestors from everywhere, if we go back far enough, the world is my limit here. That's nice. That's a very cool thing to say. The place that she hears calling her the loudest exceeds that limit, despite being fairly certain that I don't have ancestors from there. I would like to most visit the moon. Now, AJ Jacobs has put a challenge out. It's a fitness challenge. He wants to walk to the moon. So check out AJ's Facebook page or whatever postings and see if you want to join him.
How many steps is that?
A lot.
I'm gonna look it up right now while you do that.
Yeah, you do that. Do that. I can't, or just look up AJ's challenge and see what it says. I can't answer just one because the brick walls of my family, Maryland and England for my Miller line. My mom's side, I would go to Iroquois, Matilda Township, Ontario, and visit where her loyalists fled to. Then Stone Arabia, New York, and on to Germany and Switzerland for further the same. And then she would stay in Switzerland the longest because it's the most gorgeousness. That's Christine Miller. Let's see. Judith Chidlow. Morvern, Scotland. Huh. Donald McIntyre was the schoolmaster there. Huh. Interesting. And then BC. And to look up some stuff in Canada and England. Sarah Jenkins says that's easy. It's Scotland. Boom. And she says that she was shocked when her DNA test came back as 53% Scottish. Now, I don't know about you guys, but Ancestry, if you tested at Ancestry, their Ancestry results have put everybody Scottish. Everybody's Scottish. And I think that at some point they're going to have a correction in that, and we're all going to go back kind of to normal numbers. But right now, everybody in Ancestry is Scottish, including me, and I don't have a lot of Scottish that shows up in my genealogy. Even my Scottish family that we all thought was Scottish is actually Irish, according to the DNA. So test at living DNA. They are the best for my origins for Northwest European. So check that out, Sarah Jenkins. Oh, and I know I'm a Craignish Campbell, and my Campbells are somewhere else. It starts with a different letter, but it's an ish too. Let's see. BJ Jameson for Research Ireland, Tyrone Donegal. Then let's see. Bradford Huddersfield in Yorkshire. In general, I'm always up for a trip to Scotland. How about that? Nice. And BJ, have you read, or anybody with Northwest, have you read the book about the 4 British pathways to America? What is it? I mentioned it recently. Yeah, check that out. And sorry, the power just went off on my main computer. What is going on in my world? Ancestral location. I would like to visit Scotland. And Judy Adden. And here's the last one. This is a perfect one to end on. It says from Dave Schaefer, I will do Scotland.
Will do.
So there you go. That's the question of the week.
Okay, I figured out how many steps it's going to take to walk to the moon.
How many
How
steps?
many?
I couldn't find AJ's challenge, but
Oh,
I looked at a couple different places, so it would take 477,714,000 steps.
And he's going to do that in a year?
No, I don't know. That's how many steps. And I also found how many stairs it would take. Like, since if there were imaginary stairs to walk to go up to the moon, it would take 1,962,116,129 steps.
Here, I'm going to find
it. It would take you a very long time to do as many steps it would take to walk to the moon. So, I don't know if you meant like around the moon, like walking around. Like how many steps should be around? I
promised to be sparing in my walk to space updates, but I just wanted to thank everyone for the support and or concern and or mild mockery, and to tell you that he's reached the top of the Eiffel Tower today, 1,063 feet. All right. Some people suggested that I tie it to my quest for charity, not asking others to join because that would be stressful, but I'm pledging here to give $500 to the Planetary Society if and when I finish. Let me look and see if I can see what the actual announcing a 2022 fitness goal so that I have some accountability and people can mock me. That's from AJ. My goal of 2022 is to walk to space, or at least the vertical equivalent of space. Apparently, space begins at 3,330 feet. 330,000 feet. Wow. And he's doing it on an incline treadmill, which makes it less fun. So walk to space.
That's too many steps. Too many with the moon.
All right.
Wow.
Hey, Kiki.
Yeah. The upstaging cat, as Chris likes to call her.
That's right.
Well, I guess if maybe we'll do the profiles of the week, and we have we're featuring a very famous lady as one of our featured connections, right, Greg?
Yes. Do you want me to share my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Share my screen. Okay, there we go. And you can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Okay, because my earbuds died on me, so I had to take them out. So I'll try and not click really loudly and hurt your ears. But yes, sitcom actresses is the theme for this week because our dear friend Betty White passed away on New Year's Eve. I mean, I didn't know her personally, so maybe I shouldn't call her dear friend, but she's been in so many different shows that you feel like you know her. So for me, the one that I first knew her from was the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Oh, I remember her from Alan Ludden's show.
So you knew her from her earlier work, and then a lot of people would know her from Golden Girls, and they're on those.
Yeah.
But she was born in 1922 on January 17th. So her birthday is just one day after mine. So that's kind of neat to find another January birthday. Illinois, Oak Park, Cook County, Illinois. Daughter of Horace Logan White and Christine Tess White, Kachikis, her maiden name. Married 3 times. Frederick Richard Barker. That was a very.
The first one didn't last too long.
The first one didn't last too long, and the second one didn't last much longer. But then when she married for the third time, Alan. Third time? Did I say third?
It's a charm.
Third time's a charm.
Oh, third time's a charm. Yes. Yeah, that was the love of her life. And in interviews afterwards, she would always claim that, Alan. And I think I read somewhere that her last word were Alan.
Oh,
right.
Isn't that sweet?
And that came from Carol Lawrence. I don't know what their relationship was, but apparently Carol Lawrence was there when she passed.
Oh, nice.
From the Carol Burnett show, if anybody doesn't know.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't make that connection between Carol.
Vicki Lawrence was Carol Burnett.
Yeah. So yeah, well-known American television actress, comedian, pioneer. I didn't realize that she started in in her acting career so early on. And she had Canadian grandmothers. Her Canadian grandmothers had English and Welsh roots, so that's nice connection to Canada there. One grandfather had Danish and another had Greek roots, but there's no Danish or Greek names I have to pronounce here, so I will just keep on scrolling. Yes, I missed you, Sarah, because Megs would always give me the hard names to pronounce.
Of course.
When you were gone.
You know my pain now.
What's that?
You know my pain.
Yes, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. And especially when they
so
creep up on you,
innocent.
you don't even expect it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So her first acting gig was in 1945. She played Lou's girl in Time to Kill. And then she was a phone girl on the series Hollywood on Television. I love it when they have these small parts and it's just like a description. It's not an actual name. It's just, you know, the phone girl, the whatever. And then in the 60s, she had some more parts. Even Petticoat Junction's a show I'd heard about. And then in the 70s,
You never saw Petticoat Junction?
I might have seen a rerun of it once or so.
Here's Uncle Joe. He's a moving kind of slow at the junction.
Yeah. No, not. Sorry, Mags. Sarah, do you know that?
No.
No.
I'm not that much older than you, am I, Greg?
No, I don't think you are. It's
Yeah.
probably what. But you grew up in the States, and they had
I
different things that they
Yeah.
put on reruns, I suspect, than I did. Than I got up. Plus, living on the farm, we had like sometimes three stations we would get, you know. And yeah, we never got any American stations. We only got Canadian ones. So
That's better than us right now. We have no stations.
You have no stations.
We have
and no power, it looks like, either.
And no power.
My mom and Sue and Janine remember it, Mags.
Oh, there we go. So you're not just making it up. Anyways, there's a whole long list of things that she's done. She's very famous, and a lovely person, as well as wonderful people on TV. So I'm not going to belabor that anymore.
Yeah, she was one of the most loved people ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
If you read the tributes that came in for her, it's just amazing. I just love some of them. Ryan Reynolds had a really nice one. The World Changed or something like that. You know, it's, I don't know, just very heartwarming when you hear stuff like that about people. Anyways, moving on. Lucille Ball passed away. I can't believe it's been so long since she passed away. She died in 1989. She was born in 1911, Jamestown, Chautauqua County, New York. She has one brother, at least on WikiTree, she has one brother. Famously married to Desi Arnaz, Desidero Alberto Arnazi Diacha, Arnaz III.
You should ask Sarah to pronounce that stuff.
Yes.
She does really well with those.
Desidero Alberto Arnaz y de Hacha.
There you go.
Yeah,
Good.
I do good with the Latin ones.
And so they were married for 20 years, and then she got married again to Gary Morton. Children unknown. Did she not have children with Desi? Or only on TV?
Yeah, she had 2 kids with Desi, and they were.
They
on
might just
TV
still be living, maybe.
Oh, right. They're private. They'd be private people, so you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Even if they're private, would they not show up here, or is that a level of privacy?
They should show up there saying children private. They probably just haven't been added yet, I guess.
The profiles haven't been added. Okay. So yeah, born in Jamestown, New York, best known for the Lucy show. I Love Lucy, the Lucy Disney, various versions of that. And then it goes on talking about
They're the
her
children.
Oh, there we are. So they're listed, but they just don't. But the link there, does the link pop up on your screen?
It did.
Yeah. So they're Wikipedia links, but they're not wiki profiles yet.
And a certain favorite mother in our chat right now said, has anybody else watched the great new movie being the Ricardos. It's fabulous. So we have a new
Is it
critic,
good?
a movie critic. We should bring
Nice.
Joanna on to do movie critic stuff. Joe.
Mm-hmm. And then here we have the quotes. I love it when in the profiles they include the quotes. Remember, there was a quote, a couple of a famous politician who was really funny. Remember, Megs, we were talking about, what would you say if you woke up in the White House?
Yep.
I like the last quote there.
A man who correctly guesses a woman's age may be smart, but he's not very bright. Well, that's presuming he says it out loud. What if he guesses it, but just keeps it to himself?
Chris wants to make sure that you hear that Lucy was the one who saved Star Trek. She convinced everybody that to give Roddenberry a chance. All
Well,
the
way to go.
I think my mom had actually brought that up when we featured her sometime last year. My mom had brought that up too.
Well, that should be in the profile if it isn't already. Chris, you need to edit the profile and add that.
It was the networks that wouldn't do it.
Right.
It was the networks that wouldn't let it on. But
well, when you think about it, Star Trek was such a huge change from everything else that
she owned the studio, didn't she? She owned the studio.
I think so, yeah.
Desilu, so.
Right. Okay, so moving along. I'll try not to stretch this out as long as Audrey Meadows.
I already warned Sarah that you take up the rest of the show.
I know. And I heard that, and I will try and do
That's
my
okay.
best.
We don't mind. Sarah and I are just sitting back enjoying our coffee.
Cheers, Max.
Okay. Born on
the Greg show.
The Greg show. No, you don't want that, do you? Audrey Cotter, daughter of Francis James Meadow Cotter Jr. and Ida Miller. Ida Miller Taylor Cotter? Taylor is probably her maiden name. Wife of Robert Logan Foreman VI. That's interesting. And anyways, born in 1922, died in 1996. Best known for Alice on the Honeymooners. The next door name.
To the moon, Alice! To the moon! Yes. Nobody else remembers that either.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's people in the chat who remember it.
I saw a couple episodes of The Honeymooners too, but she not only was an actress, she was also trained as a coloratura soprano.
Oh wow!
Which means, so she had quite a range and vocal style. So that would be that's very impressive. And sang in Broadway. She was hired to play Alice on the Jackie Gleason show after Pert Kelton, a former actress, was forced to leave the show. And she continued playing when it became a sitcom. Lots of other things that she appeared in, Mrs. Bixby and the Colonel's Coat, and a number of other films. Served as a director of the First National Bank of Denver for 11 years.
Really?
That's interesting. Hey.
Really?
And the first woman to hold this position. Very impressive. And then an advisory director of Continental Airlines. Sadly, she was diagnosed with lung cancer and given a year to live. And she died, slipped into a coma 5 days before her 74th birthday. And buried next to her husband.
My mom said that The Honeymooners was filmed in Miami Beach.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm. So she remembers.
Was she there when they were filming it? Like, did she go hang out and watch? Joe?
No.
Okay. Elspeth Jean Gray, formerly McGregor Gray, born in Inverness-shire, Scotland, wife of Brian.
That's
Norman.
Where my Campbells are from.
Your Campbells are Inverness-shire?
Yeah, it's something. Yeah.
The Shire.
The Shire, yes.
The Shire. That's where the hobbits are.
So she's famous for a British comedy, Blackadder.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Now, that's one I've heard of. I've heard the name before, but I have never seen, so I don't know anything about that, unfortunately. Educated at St. Margaret's, Hastings, England, and at a convent in India, where her father worked for a bank. So she obviously did a lot of traveling. Had 4 children, She performed professionally first in 1947 in a British play performed at the Grand Theatre in Leeds, England. And then she subsequently appeared in Reluctant Heroes, Wolf's Clothing, Uproar in the House, and Let Sleeping Wives Lie, which later appeared on television as a television movie. And
Hillary
she was
watched
in
all of the
Goodbye, Mr.
Blackadder
Chips.
series.
What's that?
Hillary watched all of the Blackadder series.
Did you, Hillary? Was it good? Is it something worth trying to get?
Yes.
I wonder where.
I'm going to answer for Hillary, but I can't do it with her accent.
Okay. So I'm going to move on to the next one. So the next bunch, a lot of them are living, so their profiles are fairly short because they're private. Lisa Kudrow, famous from Friends, but has done lots of other work as well. But that's the one that's mentioned here. Phoebe Buffay.
Yeah.
And she was featured on Who Do You Think You Are as well. I do remember that.
Smelly Cat.
And Smelly Cat, yes. Are you going to sing Smelly Cat for us?
What are you doing? Go ahead.
Okay. And then next we have Julia Louie Dreyfus. And of course, her first claim to fame was Seinfeld.
Yep.
Elaine, the friend.
She was actually her first claim to fame, I believe, was SNL, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? Well, the first one listed here is Seinfeld, but you're right. And was she in
Second City? I think.
Was she in Christmas Vacation?
I don't know.
Or am I thinking of someone? There was someone I watched that not this year, but last year, I think, and someone popped up who was in it that I didn't realize that's where one of their first ones.
I think Sarah is researching that.
Oh, look at that. There's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I actually hadn't read that. I hadn't scrolled up that far. There you go. She was in that.
I was
Saturday
looking
Night
up.
Live. There you go, Mags. We're both
I was
right.
looking up where we could watch Blackadder. Apparently, it's on Hulu.
Hulu.
Oh.
It's probably on BritBox as well. That's a service.
Yeah, I was going to say BritBox.
But of course, one note here that hasn't been added to the profile that I suspect Chris might be adding is that her role as a some type of nefarious secret agent in
the Contessa.
The Contessa. In the Marvel universe, yes.
Yes. Got to get that added, Chris.
Get it.
Okay. Penny Marshall.
Aww.
Carol Penny Marshall, apparently. And was Reiner. Michael, Dennis, Henry, and was it Rob Reiner she was married to?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's private, so because he's
she was a mover and a shaker in Hollywood. She was not just an actress.
Not just an actress, yeah. That's right. Yeah, she did lots of stuff. So, and I do remember Laverne and Shirley growing up. She was Laverne.
Oh, according to Jim, I watched that one. And
What's
Bewitched. That? According to Jim, and Bewitched, and Cinderella Man.
Oh wow!
I'm just reading the
all of the
profile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, lots of pictures. League of Their Own. Yeah, because she was a great director too, and producer. There we go. Wife of Rob Reiner, just like we had talked about. So this is nicely done profile here.
Thank you, Chris. Chris is adding stuff to profiles as you're telling.
Oh, is he? Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, another one of the Golden Girls here, Eddie Rue Mcclanahan. Born in 1934 in Oklahoma, Hilton Carter, Oklahoma.
It's another Golden Girl.
Yes. And died June 3rd, 2010 in New York City. And she was Blanche as the Golden Girl. Very short biography.
Probably need to get to work on that, Chris.
Yeah, because I'm sure she's done lots of other stuff. But all of the Golden Girls were quite beloved, I believe. That's not a show that I actually got into.
So Greg, I'm in the background being your director going.
Okay. Okay. Mary Tyler Moore, born in 1936, Brooklyn Kings, what do you call it, borough, in New York City. Married a few times and died in 2017, January 25th, in Greenwich, Fairfield, Connecticut. Famous, of course, for the Mary Tyler Moore Show, but had other roles too that are not listed here. But there are links to other pages as well. So you can investigate Mary. Doris May Roberts, born in 1925 in St. Louis, Missouri. Married twice. Was the
She was the mom. She played lots of great moms.
Yeah, and that's what
Everybody
that
loves
was one of the things.
Raymond.
She's best remembered
Yeah.
for the role as someone's mother. Like the Frances, the main protagonist's mother-in-law, and as Marie Barone, mother of the namesake Ray Barone on Everyone Loves Raymond. Yeah, that's who I recognize her. But she pops up in a lot of different places. So if you checked her IMDb, you'd see her in a lot of places, and almost always she's a mother. But she had a great character.
And finally,
Edith from All in the Family.
Edith Bunker.
Edith Bunker. Jean Stapleton, formerly Murray.
Songs that made the hit parade.
Max is just going to sing us all of the theme songs for all the shows.
That's right. Oh,
hey, but I did that one in her voice. There you go.
In her voice, yeah, that squeaky, scratchy little voice, which got yeah. So that's what a lot of people will have known her or met her for the first time, or will her be most famous for. But she did lots of different acting gigs as well. And despite her voice, she was in a number of musicals: Damn Yankees, Funny Girl, and
I think that voice is really more of the character's voice.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Probably so.
Joe said she was an angel in a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Yeah. Oh, I can see that. Her uncle was had worked in vaudeville, so you know that she grew up in show business, and died in 2013. So that's a quick view of all the profiles of the week. Over to you, Sarah.
Yay, thank you.
Did I give you enough time for the photos? I hope I did.
Yeah, it should be fine. So hopefully there is
puppies or horses or something in there for you.
I know. I hope there's animals. That's what I was just gonna say. I hope there are animals. So let me make sure. So since this is the new year, so the first theme is new start. So let's see. I don't know if there will be any animals, but let's see. Okay.
Oh,
so
wedding.
We only have 14, so we have more than enough time. So we have.
Mama says there should be llamas in these pictures for you.
Llamas, yes.
Llamas.
Llamas.
Okay. So Jack and Margaret, Hill's wedding. Opening it. I like her bouquet. Okay. Little Tootsie. That's cute.
That's a new start.
Yep. In Oklahoma, 1907. Little Tootsie.
Oklahoma. Oh, sorry, we're off that.
William Ball. I wonder what this story is about. Happy Couple, 1943. I like her coat. I like her outfit. Little plaid.
Now, I don't know who this is over on Facebook, but Facebook user says, Little Tootsie thanks you. So with Little Tootsie watching, that's cool.
Nice.
Oh, this Dieter uploaded this one. I can just tell because of the last name here. Heinz
Lawrence.
I can never pronounce his last name.
Lawrence Grundausbildung, Münster.
Thank you, Max. 1952. Looks like he just got home from, I'm assuming. Let's see. I think he just got home, so he has a new start after, or maybe he's just going into, I don't know, making assumptions.
First day on a new job? Is that a new uniform, maybe?
Kathleen Thompson. I feel like I remember something. She's uploaded something about this before. A weld. That's right. She was a welder. Remember her welding certification. That's right. Oh, Samira and Morkos in a car on their wedding day in Egypt. That's cool. I don't think I've seen like Egyptian profiles before. I want to open one. So I'm curious.
Wow.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Nice. That's a new start for sure.
Starting over in Florida, in St. Petersburg, Florida, in 1925.
Oh, wow.
All the children.
That's a busy family.
In Washington State. Janine. Oh, after brain surgery. A new start for you. Congratulations, Janine.
Greg didn't clap, so.
Sorry. I'm just mesmerized here. I was staring at this.
You want to shovel?
Oh, there could have been an animal in this photo. It was a possibility. The Bohems arrival in America. I guess they're from Germany. Deutsch Reich.
Yeah.
O'Donnell family at Christmas.
1, 2, 3.
That's a cute photo.
6 boys. Oh my word! What a household.
What are they drinking?
Oh no, there's a girl.
Drinking some kind of bitter ale. Curious. Got some tea.
Where was this photo? Did it say?
Let me go to the back. In Australia.
Oh, there you go.
1955.
Oh,
there's a horse.
It's like you knew, Mags.
Cuthbert.
New Zealand.
Isn't that a pretty horse?
1914.
First horse.
Your mom says that there was a chicken somewhere. And there was
I
your
remember
animal
seeing a
figure.
chicken.
But that was before the horse, so I didn't see the chicken. I think your mom's lying.
It's
She's fibbing.
Children of John and Minnie Wright in front of a sod house in Canada, 1913.
Wow.
That would have been out west, probably.
Yeah, I was thinking in the prairie somewhere.
Alberta.
Yep. We nailed it, Greg.
That was the last one. She said there was because there's chicken on the table.
Oh, your mom. Chicken on the plate. Oh.
Or turkey.
Oh.
I don't think that's the type of pet you're wanting.
Oh, that's not the pet we're looking for here.
We're both like chicken. What? Oh goodness. Okay. That was
Chris. Chris is agreeing with her.
And that was it. That was all the photos.
Oh wow.
Let's go. Okay, let's go look at the D2G real quick since we have some time and see if there's any other photos shared or some stories. Okay, this one. He was drafted in 1943 and became an American prisoner of war in Normandy in 1944. When he returned home in 1948, he first learned the trade of a bricklayer and then worked as a bricklayer for some time.
He didn't get home until 5 years later.
In 1952, he ventured a new start and applied to the police force of the state of North Rhine-Westphalia.
You pegged it, Chris Barriello. Chris said he looks like a cop.
Yeah. The photo shows my father in his room during his basic police training.
Nice.
There you go. So we saw that one. Let's see. The happy couple, John Miller and Evelyn Stalo.
Kathy Navis said
Meteorologist.
she showed up so late. I'm going to say,
Hi,
Kathy, you would miss
Kathy.
nothing.
We were talking about the Secret Santa earlier.
Yeah, we were. We mentioned you, Kathy.
Mm-hmm. The lake in western Massachusetts. Well, this one, we didn't see this one.
That's crazy. Is it just bikes or is it motorcycles?
They're bikes. It's scanned from some of my granddad's large format negatives from a trip he made when he was 16 years old. Granddad Cal was probably taking the start of his trip, and they took their bikes and went on a trip from their home in Lulia with the destination of Grebestad.
Huh. Oh, and he's even got a map for it connected to that.
Really?
Oh yeah, so you can see the trail, I
Look
guess.
at that.
Let's see.
That's a fun thing to do.
Oh my gosh, that's a long.
Very cool.
Oh my goodness
Wow.
gracious! Did they make it? Is the question.
Wow, it's
Did they make
14
it,
hours by
Maria?
car. How long would it take by bike? Man.
So we saw that Kathy's new start.
The welder.
We didn't see this one. Our new start was in Oakville, Ontario, in 1966. So they moved to Ontario.
Oakville, baby. Nobody else will know what I'm talking about there.
And this one's of Sister Antonia Shells, my husband's aunt.
Nice. Starting off
As a novitiate nun.
Novitiate.
A novitiate.
Oh, thank you, Greg.
No
in the
problem.
Catholic Church.
St. Joseph of Carondelet. I probably said that wrong too, but we saw this one.
We talked about you in those books, Kathy. Sorry.
We saw that one. The new start in St. Petersburg. The wedding.
We saw them.
Oh,
Janine. Oh wow! Look, Janine after brain surgery. Here's your opportunity, Greg. There you go.
There we go. See, I got it. I got it that time.
You got it that time.
The boys and the bitters.
Saw that one. Let's see if there's anything.
We didn't see that one.
No.
Oh, this is her in the sod house.
Oh my God.
Maybe. Lloyd, the photos of the sod house are not that great. This is probably the best one. It shows that roof and my pretty Native American daughter-in-law, Dawn Nelson.
Nice. Alexis. Oh, there's your horse.
Horse.
Oh, there's your horse again.
I know, 2 horses. And we saw the chicken earlier.
Oh, on the plate. Joe.
Nice.
And so that's all, folks.
It's so nice to have you back, Sarah.
Good to have you
Greg,
back, Sarah.
thank you so much for stepping in. I don't know
My
how
pleasure.
Sarah feels about it, but I'm good if you ever want to drop in.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, everybody can just come in. That's fine.
We can enjoy the entire show on the profiles of the week.
Okay. Well, we'll
Poor
see.
Greg.
That's okay. Well, it was fun being here, but we'll see.
Yeah, so his lovely wife would prefer him not to wear orange.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
She says I look better. There are other colors that I look better in. We'll see.
No, Chris, don't entice her. You don't need
Anyways, it's been
that.
a pleasure being here. Welcome back, Sarah. Glad you're back.
Yes, and I guess we will see you all. Don't forget to, well, since it won't be a live cast on Wednesday, it'll be some kind of thing they post for
Well, there's a
the
Connect-a-thon coming up
challenge,
next
and
weekend,
then
right?
next
The big
Saturday.
thing next weekend.
Huh?
The big thing is coming up next weekend, the 13th through the 17th. The Connect-a-thon.
Oh
my gosh.
I don't. It's been. The Connectathon. Thank you, Mag.
Isn't that the big thing coming up next weekend? I think I signed up for stuff.
Is it too late to sign up for people who haven't signed up yet?
I don't think so. I think you can
it's
still
up to
sign up. It's
Wednesday
usually the
now.
Wednesday before.
So if you haven't signed up yet, go sign up now.
Go sign up for the Connectathon.
Yeah. And we might see you. I might be on one of those.
Yeah, I noticed Chris Ferriello's like filled up all of the slots.
Yeah,
So
he's picked a lot of spots.
Check out Chris.
So I guess next weekend will be not normal.
Yeah, so we won't be here next weekend.
Because there'll be a Connectathon at 8. There'll be a Connectathon at noon. Probably don't need
be here next
a live cast at 10.
I'll pop in.
Are you going to do a live cast next weekend? Really?
Yeah, I'll pop in.
I'll be here. If you're coming, I'm coming.
Okay.
Anyway. Sarah said it. She's going to have a live cast next Saturday.
Not at 10, but I'll be one of the other.
Oh, you'll be one of the other ones. Okay.
Oh, okay. So we're not having a 10 o'clock official live.
No, I just meant like I'll be in.
She'll be around.
I'll be around. Okay. Now we're really leaving. Goodbye, everybody.
Oh, and you know what we started doing? We started playing music for us to leave with. We did.
What's it called?
It's just one of the.
You just pick something random, or Mags pick something randomly to be more specific.
Yeah. See, here we go. This is perfect.